What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. Ever since, really, Film Threat started with the D files, but the more we hear about the behind the scenes of Disney, and then the more we just listen to the people that actually work there, what they say, what's going on, and how they hire, who they look for. And the more you heard about the not so secret gay agenda, hiring, and it's fine. Look, if you want to hire trans people, by all means, it's who and where you're hiring them, i.e., do we really need trans Princess Leia, etc., etc. And then as you hear behind the scenes, it goes from just maybe traditional progressivism to outright insanity. Enter James O'Keefe in his continued series, and let's just see what he has to say. They got inside the internal communications of Disney employees and their internal websites and forums, and it's not great. So let's go.
Our brave whistleblowers on the inside of Disney have given us an inside look at Disney's internal communications hub, internal employee websites, group chats and bulletin boards, Disney's company employee roster, and their Slack channel threads. And what we've discovered is so shocking that it makes the Disney Tape series look like
where we found out that their creative marketing director was not only a drag queen, but was then actively campaigning for, more drag representation in Disney parks for your kids.
child's play. Literally, the Disney employee named Pony Harrison, who is promoting a Disney-sanctioned and sponsored Seattle Pride event via the Disney Slack channel. As we dug deeper into what she was marketing, we found it was an LGBTQ Pride event sponsored by Disney and meant for kids of all ages. Children, very young children, were there to see it all, compliments of the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah, and look, I'm sorry, that's not something you should be taking your kids to unless they are like way older, like 16, 17, 18. Even then, probably not something. I get the idea of it maybe once, but also it's way crazy and they shut down entire streets. Not like it's some fairground or park. So yeah, it's insane.
Did you just see that? Fully naked men on bicycles in front of children, brought to you by the Walt Disney Company.
Do you know any other way to celebrate being gay? Obviously, instead of being naked in front of kids, there's the only way, right? For Disney to pay for it too.
Well, now we know exactly what Jeannie Giannani, the creative marketing director, meant when he said the, quote, unspoken truth.
That's the unspoken thing.
The journalist discovered that Disney has a not-so-secret partner named Zebra Youth. Zebra Youth is a program.
Zebra Youth. Well, we will be learning more about you very soon.
That was formed to assist LGBTQ youth as young as 13 years old, and Disney seems to be all about it. And hidden from the public, Disney actively promotes the Zebra Youth program, and if it were not for our brave Disney whistleblowers, insiders shining a light inside this company, we would not be able to bring this shameful practice to light. As you can see in this Disney Pride Slack channel, Disney employees are passing around documents.
By the way, nothing wrong with being gay, at least to my eyes. I know if you're religious, that's fine. Nothing wrong with me being gay. Nothing wrong with being a kid and being gay. Fucked up, though, if you do any way, shape to influence it and take them to these type of meetups. How about you leave them alone? Let them figure it out with peace and love and understanding and leave that to the parents of said children. Because the whole targeted to that age group, it just smells of these map defenders and things like that. It's just not a place for Disney. And even when you go it's weaponized compassion type of things, and it still gets a little hinky. You should just stay away from them.
Of poly swingers, virtual hangouts, pride nights, gay meetups, and even, yes, queer Zoom backgrounds that can be used when employees are on company Zoom calls. Why is Disney so obsessed with pushing LGBTQ and trans?
And by the way, and this is where you get the gays against groomers that come in and say everything I'm saying it this shit is too far. You just it goes beyond hey, gay people exist, we shouldn't be mean to them, to pushing it, and it gets nefarious real quick.
Trans programming at young children. Why is it that Disney, a brand that at one time was best known for enhancing the childhood experience, by all appearances has morphed into an organization that is hell-bent on stealing your childhood's innocence and prepping them to be grown into a den of groomers and predators? So now I welcome you to the series, The Disney Files, an undercover investigation where we take you deep inside the bowels of Disney's internal
the bowels
communications apparatus and explore just what is driving Disney's rapid downward spiral into the boneyard of wokeness. Not a week goes by without a news headline about potential medical supply shortages, threats
Jeremy,
to our
I know we're supposed to
infrastructure
respect the grift,
There are
but
times when it's spoken, but
okay, so this is he's just the full. Okay, so we saw that, and then this is going back to Michael Giordano, where they were talking about they only let's just say that they don't hire the white men anymore.
they say it. There's no way we're hiring a white male. They, they write.
Who's white, color.
This is where this man basically was like, oh, they hire white people and they hire the tiny hats, but only at the higher echelon. Other than that, they do not. They discriminate. Yeah, here.
They have like a
And Jeannie, the drag queen by night, who seems to be quite proud to be pushing LG.
That was this one. That was Jeannie Guriani, who was the creative marketing we talked about, and drag queen by night pushing the trans agenda, drag queen agenda.
Pride parades and drag queens into the everyday lives of America's children. Disney is clearly the gift that keeps on giving. After seeing our Disney tape series, we have had several insiders and whistleblowers inside their headquarters here in.
And this is what we need, because this is exactly what happened with Film Threat when they came out with that first email talking about how Jennifer Lee used #MeToo to out Jonathan Lasseter. And by the way, I'm hearing some stories about that. That might have been some of the stories that were warranted. That being said, that one incident, and then we went over the change in culture over there, that led to a lot of whistleblowers, insiders, and it looks like the same thing is happening here.
Burbank, California, reach out to us to share their insight into Disney's bizarre fascination to transform a once trusted family.
Remember that? Remember that was the Disney I grew up with.
Entertainment brand into a multi-channel LGBTQ trans fest. Our brave whistleblowers on the inside of Disney have given us an inside look at Disney's internal communications hub.
Right, and he linked it back to the beginning, and we can just, here, let's go now, because he always opens with the tag.
Dug deeper into what she was marketing, we found it was an LGBTQ pride event sponsored by Disney and meant for kids of all ages. Disney was open about promoting the brand at the Seattle Pride event and had signage at the event, which apparently went under the radar. And not only are they promoting the event in Seattle, they have mapped out a series of these Disney-backed pride events all over the country. So who is Honey Harrison? Well, as it turns out, Honey is the mobile product operations manager at Disney. In addition to her position at Disney's mobile product operations manager, she's apparently one of the world's top pinball players. Honey sent this link a couple times in the Disney Slack channel. So let's give you a taste of exactly what goes on at these Disney-sponsored all-ages gay pride events.
And yeah, here we go.
As you can see in this video of naked men riding bicycles, there were way more than just pinballs bouncing around that parade route, and children, very young children, were there to see it all. Compliments of the Walt Disney.
Yeah, there they are right there. Isn't that nice that they get to see that?
Company. Did you just see that? Fully naked men on bicycles in front of children, brought to you by the Walt Disney Company. Show it again in case you missed it.
I mean, you get the idea.
Well, now we know exactly what Jeannie Giordano, the creative marketing director, meant when he said the, quote, unspoken truth.
Yeah.
Needs of homeless and...
That's mission of Zebra Youth, empowering LGBTQ youth to thrive.
At-risk LGBTQ youth ages between 12 and 24. Under the radar and hidden from the public, Disney actively promotes the Zebra Youth program. And if it were not for our brave Disney whistleblowers, insiders shining a light inside this company, we would not be able to bring this shameful practice to light.
Well, and you know, basically the story from there, and thanks to people like Chloe Cole, detransitioners, and other things, we found out that they pay for transgender surgeries of employees and the children of employees, but then abandon them if they dare to ask for any sort of detransitioning therapy, surgery, what have you. Yeah, holy hell. So there you go. More from James O'Keefe. The more we find out, the worse it gets. We just heard also about those leaks from Hacktivist AI group. We're going to be waiting to see what comes out of that. all in all, Jesus, what has happened to Disney? They need Jesus. Anyway, be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you.
Well, bye.